Hey guys, y'all just tuned in to Doctor with Drina. My name is Drina, and I am a cruising cruiser. So there's a lot of stuff I want to talk to you guys about today, and I have a lot of categories to go over with you guys. I've been cruising since 2009, and it was a lot on that ship to do. And you want to know the funny thing is, I didn't even get to do a lot of it because I did not know a lot of stuff. We got daily itinerary, fun-filled days itinerary that our steward gives us at the end of the night, every single night, after dinner. And it gives you a list of things to do from sun up to sundown to after hours to party time. I'm like, well, what's better to do than for me to make videos just informing you guys? I can tell you guys what you guys need and what you guys need to do and what not to do, what not to bring, what to do on shore. In this category, I want to talk about what to bring with you and how to pack it and how to make your cruise more valuable. And it's all on here, y'all. Y'all thought it was a competition. Y'all thought it was a composition book, huh? Nope. It's my iPad. And this is going to be broken down in multiple videos because there is a lot on this list. And I don't want to bore you guys. I really don't. No. I don't want to bore you. No. So I'm not going to have an hour video. It's not they're going to be split up. So anyways, I'm going to be talking about more so about your documentation and your luggage. You got to get yourself on a cruise ship, you know what I mean? Safely, very prepared just in case anything happens. The first thing I'm going to be talking about is checking in. Checking in, you want to check in at least 120 days in advance. Now I know in some cruise ships are longer, some cruise ships you can check in as soon as you book. That could be 2 to 5 years. Typically 120 years, 120 years, I don't think will be a lot. 120 days before you board, you want to check in. And this is very, very important. A lot of people don't know about this, but I'm here. Sure, I got you. So this is the thing. It's like, it might be a little bit too bright, huh? There we go. Checking in is basically giving them your name, your number, your address, your emergency contacts, passports. You're going to need to check in your passports, your credit card that you'll be using on board. You'll print out your health form to give to them, your documentation for your room, stuff about authorization, and your luggage tags. You're really going to need your luggage tags. That's very important. It's best to print those out in color. They group your luggage depending on the deck that you're on and your room, which side of the ship you're on, and all that. So that's why you need to check in. I know I'm very detailed in that area, but it's very important, okay? Have your passport. I know on some certain cruise lines you only need your birth certificate and a couple of forms of identification, but it's very best to just invest in a passport. And I'm only talking about U.S. citizens. I'm not sure how it goes with other citizens in different other countries. I'm not educated on it. I'm only educated on what U.S. citizens need. Passport is the easiest way to go, and that's all you need. You could not get on a boat without your identifications. You want to bring a credit card versus a debit card. The thing is that the cruise ship holds a certain amount of money depending on how many days you are on a ship. If you use a debit card, I believe they hold a little bit more. So that's why it's best to use a credit card. Now, as far as a credit card, I need to also address this. Make sure you call your bank. Call them like a week before you cruise. You need to let your bank know where you're going, when you're coming back, what ports, what countries you're going to, because once you swipe your card somewhere else, it's going to be declined 99% of the time. Also be aware, this is why you shouldn't do this at the last minute. I know for a fact that my bank do not allow me to use my credit card in Jamaica. It's just a high risk. Whoever you bank with or whoever your creditor is, let them know where you're going, and they will let you know if you can even use your card on that island. Okay, that's very important to know. Otherwise, you're going to be declined and you're not going to have a very good time if you want to purchase things. Cash. Bring your moolah. You do not need to exchange it for currency. These are for the islanders. This is not for the cruise ship. Your cruise ship uses your credit cards. Another thing I want to talk about is of copies, making copies, printing out things. This is very important. Make copies of your passports, of your credit cards, and copies of your itineraries, even if you are getting them from a third party. Even if your travel agent is from a third party. We go through vacations to go most of the time. And your copies of anything that you purchase online for the cruise line or from the cruise line. Like if you brought Wi-Fi packages, excursions, specialty dining. That way it'll save your butt just in case they don't see something on their side. If you purchase the excursion that's not through the cruise ship, make a copy of that. Keep it in the room just in case you're out on an island and nobody knows where you're at. You didn't make it back on time. You could be left on the port. Stuff happens all the time with people who can't make it back on the port. There will be a Coast Guard there just in case. They know who's on that boat, who's not on the boat. You might not be able to get back on that boat. I know that some Coast Guards are nice enough to roll their boat back to the big boat. But not all the time. But it could be very expensive. They usually fly you out to the next port. I'll be explaining about certain things in other videos, but it's very extensive to explain. You don't want to bring your passport with you. Keep your original passport in your safe along with your other important documentations, unless it's third-party excursion or excursion that you did not purchase through the cruise line. Keep that out just for your storage, or whoever comes to check the room to find you, they'll know an idea of who to tell to the emergency contact. All right, you can pack. I'm only speaking of Royal, Carnival, Holland America, and Disney, because those are the 4 ships I've been on. I could have did some research for some other ones. I heard about MSC that you can't bring anything like that on there, but I'm only speaking of some of the ships that I've been on because I personally brought these things on. I got this off of a cruise ship. I believe when I purchased dinner on the first night, and you get a bottle of wine on the first night if you purchase a specialty dining at the steakhouse. Now I'll speak about that in another video. But a 750 milliliter bottle of wine or champagne. Wine or champagne. Okay? You cannot bring this. Do you hear me? You cannot smuggle this into the luggage. Do not bring liquor. Please don't bring liquor, y'all. And when they confiscate it, they're going to discard it. Okay? You will not get that back. Some people try to smuggle it in those little bags or whatever they do. Once they find it, and I'm going to tell you something. Once they find it, it's going to be on your record. So if you book again, they're just going to be searching through your luggage the rest of the time that you decide to book with that cruise line. It's going to have a piece of paper in your luggage. It's going to say smuggle. How many you done smuggled or whatever. And I don't know if you have to smuggle a certain amount for them to say you can't cruise on this cruise line. So please be careful. If you want to smuggle, you better be extra smart about it. Because if they find it, you might be in trouble. You can bring a bottle of wine per person. I know on Royal you can bring a bottle of wine or 2 bottles of wine per stateroom. Okay? I know on Carnival you can bring it per person. I believe in Holland America you can bring it per person. And I've heard Disney you can bring beer on board. Probably be feeling sorry for you. Oh, these kids. Just bring you a beer. Call your travel agency or read the, your cruise line's policy. You can bring a 12-pack of soda each. Don't bring 24 cans of soda if you only want to be on a 3 to 5 day cruise. Unless you drink soda like crazy and want to get stones in your kidneys or whatever you want to do, go ahead on. Just make sure you're diluted, I'm just saying. It has to be in a can. I know that some people bring cartons like Yahoo, that chocolate milk Yahoo stuff. I seen that when we were embarking one day, wow, on one of the cruises. Have some type of unique luggage. I'm telling you. I'm going to show you mine. Mine is cute, y'all. Mine cute. And I get a lot of compliments. This is what mine look like. Isn't it cute? This is my carry-on, y'all. I love it. Got it from Macy's. It's beautiful. Love it. They do have luggage covers if you have like a plain black or a blue bag. They sell them on Amazon. They even sell it on Wish. Don't be sleeping on Wish all the time, y'all. It might help you. You might be able to use it one time. You don't have to, but if you want to stand out or point out your luggage, go ahead and get you one of those. Take a picture of your luggage. If they lost your luggage or something, take a picture of it before you get on board. That way you can show them like, hey, this is my luggage look like. You can mark your bag fragile. Especially if you're going to be storing your wine in it, because you can't bring your wine on and your carry-on. You're going to have to actually put it in your luggage. Make sure you have your luggage tags. Get luggage tags. You can get them from Amazon, Walmart, or whatever. Get luggage tags. Make sure you identify your bag the best way you can with your name, your address, your phone number, okay? Even your email address. Cruise lines have their own luggage tags for their own purposes. As many cruises I've been on, I don't know why I haven't brought one yet. Royal has their own luggage tags, and Carnival do, because Carnivals have wider tags for what they need, and Royal Caribbean have the longer strips. It's not a necessity. You do not have to have it. This is what mine looked like. This is from our last cruise. And this one is actually in black and white because it was a carry-on and I wasn't planning on giving them my luggage. So I wanted to keep it with me at all times to have my camera equipment in it and everything. So I just printed that out in black and white. So what you're going to do is print it out in color, okay? It makes it so much easier for the stewardess to bring the luggage to the room. Okay, it's going to be right in front of your door. So when let's say all your tags rip off. I don't know how the heck, some paranormal type of stuff going on with your tags ripping off. Put a piece of paper on top of your luggage in your bag with your name, number, emergency contact, and address. And that way, if they just decided to go in your bag to figure out if they have look for some type of identification, bam. So they have something called a tile finder. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys heard of it. It's just an identification piece that you put in your bag. People use it for their keys, to find their keys. People put on their phone. People put on their children. No, I'm kidding. People use those just to find their luggage. I read the reviews and a lot of people had some really good reviews about tile. I know it could be a little bit expensive, but it's a good investment. The range is far. It's very far. Now, if you're in the airport and it's left in another city, I don't know if it's going to, go that far out. But if you're on a cruise ship, they say, oh, you lost your luggage. Just get on your phone and see if it's anywhere nearby. It has a very good battery life. They're very small. You can just put it in the front of your luggage bag. If you have pockets, just buy like a few of them. Just put it in areas that you have something important in. That's just some of the basic packing and identification and documentation thing that I want to go over. Like the wine and the drinks, I really want to tell you guys about that in this video, because a lot of people don't be knowing, like, oh, you can bring your own drinks. The drink packages can be expensive. My next video is going to be talking about your medications and repellents and motion sickness pills and stuff that you're going to need. Your first aid kits, all that. That's going to be in the next video. And that concludes this. So, you're docking with Drina, guys. Sure, I got you. Until next time, make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like. And make sure you put on the ding dong. That did not sound right. Make sure you put on your notification bell just in case I make another video very soon. That way you can click on it and keep up, everybody. So, once again, you got Drina.